That is what I would say.
Okay, Sanjay Hegde, the Trinamool has said that it will be petitioning the Supreme Court to re-examine several verdicts that have been made by Justice Gangopadhyay. Is there a basis to do this?
Yes, of course. If a judge is biased, and if there is demonstrably bias, then the law is that justice is not only to be done, but to be seen to be done. The principle was established over 200 years ago in a case called Dimes versus Grand Canal Junction Company. The Lord Chancellor who decided the case had one share in the company. So his entire judgment had to be set aside, saying that he may be an honorable man and everything, but the principle has to be upheld. And that is the real question. It is not about Justice Gangopadhyay. It is about the impartiality of the judiciary, and any party which has sought to play with that impartiality or to prostitute it, and that's the word which I use it advisedly, by telling a sitting judge that please come, we will get you elected. Sorry, you have played around with an independent institution. The country is at peril. Today it is this one gentleman. Tomorrow there will be so many more. And that is not the way I want India to go.
Okay, you have used a very contentious word, prostituted. And I want you to reflect on whether that's the word you're standing by.
I strongly oppose to the word he has used. I strongly oppose to the word he has used. It's not right.
There are more connotations to that word. There are more connotations to the word than...
No, sir. He has resigned from his post of a High Court judge, and then he is about to join a political party, be it BJP or any other party. Please don't mix up things. Whatever words you are using, the audience will be listening to this word. I strongly oppose to the words.
Absolutely. If he says...
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm very sorry, sir. With due respect to you, no. You are a senior advocate, sir. When you're speaking about a retired justice or someone who has just resigned just a few days back or 1 day, 2 days back, please kindly mind your words, sir. With due respect, sir, I take strong opposition.
Okay. I think Sanjay...
Just 1 minute. I don't care who he is. I care for the...
I understand, sir. I understand your perspective. I understand your perspective, but the case law you have cited does not adhere to the dynamics of the present scenario. That is all I can say.
Okay, let's try this again. Sanjay Hegde, there's a word you used as a metaphor. You did not mean prostituted in the literal sense of the word. You were trying to say that this is a kind of corrosion, a kind of corruption of principles. Dr. Sen is objecting to your choice of word, not to your argument. You have a right to your argument. He's objecting to your choice of word. Do you want to take back that word? Do you think that it's appropriate to take that word back? Let's try and do this in a... Maybe you can use a different word. I'm giving you the opportunity to use a different word.
No,
hang on, Tauseefur. Hang on.
No. That word has been used even in legal judgments in the sense that I have used it. If you want to say that there were judgments were procured or given impression of being procured, even that will have other connotations. So please, the issue is the impartiality of the judiciary. That is the faith of the public rests on that. And when somebody who's still a judge says that, look, political people came to me and said that you become a member of the party and we will get you a ticket, and he resigns just to contest an election, I am sorry.
I'm going to let Zainab respond.
There are no stronger words.
No, sir. A word that was used in some judgment, you are using it in a television debate. The contexts are not the same, sir. And you are not a judge in this scenario. You're not passing a judgment, sir. I take strong opposition once again. No. You do not have the jurisdiction, sir. You do not have the jurisdiction. You have the right to voice your opinion and your perspective. But neither of us has the jurisdiction to pass a judgment on the entire scenario, sir. I strongly object to the use of your word. I strongly object, sir. With due respect, sir, I object to this word. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
I am judging a fellow professional of law. The the legal
Yes,
profession
you can.
gets
You are
all
judging from
peer
your own
review
perspective,
and
sir.
what
But you are not passing an adjudication. This is not a court matter. So please understand my point also. We are arguing on facts, right? I take
you,
strong objection to your words, sir, on a
you
logical
can
point.
keep interrupting, but this is not an
No, no, I'm
adda.
not interrupting,
Okay.
sir. I'm not
Okay.
interrupting, sir. You have made your
Can,
point. I've
can
also
I
made my point clear.
can I just summarize here? Sanjay Hegde says, I'm summarizing here. This is the prostitution of principles. Says I don't mean the word in its literal way. I mean it to represent corrosion of principles. Dr. Avra Sen says this is language that is impermissible, unacceptable in a program where you can talk about principles. I don't object to your taking a stand on the principles, but the word in itself is a degrading, undignified word. And we have these two positions. I'm going to give Zainab a comment and Tauseefur a comment. Zainab?
Yeah, I completely the word prostitution itself has fallen out of favor. It is not used in, common parlance. So I don't think someone of Sanjayji's stature, who I respect a lot, should use this word. We can use better words like selling of values, selling of principles. We've used it a lot. I'm not telling him what to say things. He's too senior to me for me to teach him what to say. But the word prostitution is just a word that should not be said. I completely disagree to it because it has been used in extremely bad context in previous, common public forums, and usually, such words are said in a very demeaning way about women. So I don't want any of such words to be used just to show that there is a degradation of morals and ethics, So please don't use these words. I respect you a lot, but this is not it doesn't behove you to use this word.
Okay, Tauseef? I'll come back to you, Sanjay. Tauseef, can we unmute Tauseef?
Barkha, there should be one movie, and the movie name should be Kanun Ki Dhajjiyan Udana. Because all he was doing inside the court was favoring BJP. And now the Honorable ex-Justice of the High Court, which has joined BJP, has now become a broker of BJP. I'm not going to correct my words. He has become a broker of BJP now. He was Honorable Justice. He resigned from his post. He wanted to join BJP. All the statement, all the judgment which he went against Trinamool Congress and he wanted to favor the BJP. Now he has become a broker of BJP.
No, 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 no. Yes.
Do whatever you
Those
want to do.
judgments.
No,
No,
do
no,
whatever
no.
you want to do.
Will you
आप
say
करो
about
कुछ भी करो.
but as Zainab said,
No, no,
Journalism,
no.
will you say,
no.
you
Barkha,
say,
there is a difference between journalism and judge. There is a big difference. Journalism becomes neutral. They can do whatever they want to. They can join
Whatever
any channel
judgment.
they
Wait,
want
wait,
to.
wait. Let
A
me respond.
judge
Let me
cannot join
respond.
any Tom, Dick, and Harry court.
No,
A
no, no,
judge
no,
has to
no.
be neutral from
No,
day one till the end,
okay,
till he
all right.
dies.
no. 10 seconds, ma'am.
He
10
cannot
seconds,
be
ma'am, to
biased.
respond.
Yes.
He cannot be
10 seconds.
politically
10 seconds,
motivated.
please.
Okay, all right.
He
I was
cannot
going
be
to say,
politically 10 seconds, please.
Acha, mujhe bolne to dijiye, Tauseef, I was going to, you took the question from me. I was going to say, so will you say to a journalist joining politics that every story they've done is biased? And you said you can't compare the two. Before I give Sanjay the closing word, Zainab, Dr. Sen, and then Sanjay. Hang on, Zainab. You go
See,
first. Zainab.
When these kind
Can't
of
hear.
words are used, yeah, I'm going to say something very simply. When words like these are used, which I find very offensive, can the same words be used in a Hindi line? I would like to ask any one of you. You will not use these words because they sound even more offensive. Secondly, journalists, the power that they hold today, there is a reason why it's called the fourth estate, because the power that journalists hold today in India is of the next level, not only India, world over. So to say that you can't compare the power to influence people or to see, you are saying yourself now that what justice ex-justice Gangopadhyay did, 85% of his judgments are now again being seen. So that means he didn't hold so much power, right? So then what are you crying about? I don't understand this. Why can't you just accept that somebody who has political aspirations, who was a judge before, can do the same thing? I don't think you should be demeaning it to the level of saying that he's become a broker of, judge. I mean, that just sounds so
Dr.
terrible.
Sen. Dr. Sen. Hang on, Tauseef. 1 minute. Let others also speak. Dr. Sen.
I'll just respond on the law points. Whatever judgments Justice Gangopadhyay had passed were challenged by the state government in the division bench and then the Supreme Court. All of those judgments were upheld. Come on, is this a joke lying on national television? All of his judgments have been upheld. If those judgments had any error in them, then they would have been overturned, but they were not overturned. the ED,
I think
CBI investigations and
I
on.
think the division bench on the teacher scam, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, was overturned, but I could be wrong, Dr. Sen. One particular judgment, he actually quarreled with the division bench. He wrote to the Supreme Court against the division bench. That is what I
That
seem
was,
to remember.
yeah,
Yes.
that was he got in loggerheads with the division bench of Justice Soumen Sen. That happened recently.
Yes.
But that is one
yes.
instance, and again the Supreme Court intervened in that.
Okay.
That's the
okay,
situation.
okay.
But we are not talking about one particular judgment. And in this situation also, the Supreme Court did not pinpoint and say that Justice
We have a
Gangopadhyay was
sitting
wrong.
advocate sitting
Okay,
with us.
so
Why don't you take the back from
the
him?
TMC should
Get some
stop its
election
saga of
from him.
lies. The TMC
Oh,
should
that's
stop
over.
its saga of lies. I
We should
told
be
beforehand
happy. We
also
should be
TMC has
happy
an
with the judge.
allergy. Because
Okay.
this man
Yes.
pinpointed the corruption of TMC, and many
Okay,
of the leaders
okay.
are behind the bars
Okay.
today.
Okay.
Now
Tauseefur,
he will
did
stand
you...
and prove.
Okay, Sanjay Hegde, let's all say that, let's not debate the word you used. I think let's say you should use a different word to make the point that you're making. But on the point, I'm going to give you the last word.
On the point, this individual is irrelevant. The point is the impartiality of the judiciary. To bring it and to answer Zainab, if I were to translate, Bazar mein utar lana, that is what I object.
No, what do you mean? You think that that's more problematic? You're saying that's more problematic?
It is making
Zainab?
it transactional. Making it
So
transactional.
shameful that
I'm
a
sorry,
judge, a
Sanjay
retired
ji.
justice. Oh God, this is so shameful stand.
Sanjay ji,
They are
no.
personally attacking him to this level.
Advanced.
No,
Sanjay ji,
he's a
no.
retired justice.
Sanjay ji, no.
He's been
It's
licensed
like
to
you're
do
digging a
anything.
deeper hole.
Come on, Barkha.
Sanjay ji, you're digging a deeper hole. It's not right, Sanjay ji.
Please,
Why
Zainab,
would you
Zainab, if he is a retired judge,
Shameful.
he's
This is
getting a
really
license to do
shameful.
anything.
Really shameful.
Rahman
He
Saab, are
can
you
become a
saying
broker.
that you are going to abuse that man simply because he's using his
No,
democratic right to stand
why?
in politics? Come on.
Okay, let us
But
speak.
if
Let
he
us
does
speak.
that, but if he does that, if he does that,
Let us
we can
speak.
do.
Can we?
Are you going
Let
to
us
call
speak.
him names just because the
If he
man
misuses, no, if he misuses his judgment, if he
So who are you
misuses
to
his
say
power,
judgment
if he
is?
No one
why
misused his
not?
judgments.
Why
Come
not?
on, stop
Why
lying.
not?
You tell me.
If
Stop
he's
lying.
politically
I
motivated,
am not
he
getting
has to
what
be
you're
Shameful
saying.
judged.
conduct
How
by
can
the
Oh my
you
God.
TMC.
be judging him?
Okay.
How
Okay.
can you
Shameful
Okay.
conduct.
Why
Shameful
can we
conduct.
attach
judge
what
that
if
he's
he was
been
a judge?
biased? How can you judge he's been biased? You tell me.
I think we should.
Banerjee, there's
One
a point what we need to
let,
speak, what we have to
let,
see. He was
let me
politically motivated, Banerjee.
okay.
Barkhaji, one second. Barkhaji, one second.
Tausif, you cannot
Let
personally
me
attack
go.
someone
No,
to
no,
this
no.
level.
Why not?
Join
Why not?
politics.
He's attacking the
You're
Shameful.
all
politics. He's
shouting.
attacking the
You're
Hind
all
Samaj.
shouting. You're all shouting.
Shameful.
I want to say one thing. I
अरे
think.
एक इंसान पॉलिटिकली मोटिवेटेड हो
But
रहा है he
अरे
Tauseef,
can't
but
stop
आप
him
चुप ही
जब
करो
जब
यार.
he's a judge
आप चुप ही करो भाई साहब.
कैसे
I
चुप
am going to
करे
give.
आप
I'm
बोलते
going to
रहो
give
काफी
हम
झूठ
Zainab the
बोल
last
रहे
word.
TMC.
I'm going to give Zainab the last word. But Zainab, I think where I agree is that we should have a robust, fiercely debated conversation without being personal. I think our language we should not debase our language. I accept that. I think the point Sanjay was making was that you said that he could have said sale of values, and he translated that literally into Hindi to make the point that that is even worse. At which point you all held your heads. Let's try and come back to the larger point we're debating. Do you not think that when a judge, let me ask you this, when a judge before elections steps into the political fray, right, that questions will be raised about his impartiality? That is the principled question which we must turn our attention back on. Zainab, last word to you.
Of course, you can turn any lens against him and say that maybe he's been impartial, but is there any basis on which we are judging him? Are we going to call an inquiry and say, please figure out whether all his previous, judgments have been biased or not? This is ridiculous. Then that way, nobody can stand in an election. All I'm saying is, as a citizen of this nation, he is entitled to stand in elections. He's entitled to do as he wishes, join any political party. And I must tell you one thing, since Sanjay ji brought up a case from not from India, in America, judges are allowed to even endorse and even campaign for people who they align with politically. Even sitting judges are allowed to do that. Are you going to say then those people are going to absolutely have biased takes on all their judgments?